Well, when we first started doing stand-up comedy way back in the early 90s, we started up a Wednesday night sort of rookies night. And that just naturally became, as part of the festival, became a competition.
I live up in Whangarei, and something I've learned, there's a reason small towns are small, because nobody wants to live there. I suppose my family has to be supportive because they drive me down there every few weeks, and I've offered to get a licence. They don't think it's a good idea, so...
And I was so surprised that they were driving down from Whangarei all the way to Auckland on a Monday night for her just to watch a raw comedy gig. And then, of course, she asked to perform. So I thought, God, they're driving all that way just for 5 minutes on stage. And anyone who's that committed to the objective deserves the encouragement.
I had a good experience recently. I was going through the park and I seen this beautiful woman walking towards me. And just as we pass each other, I feel this electricity, this spark between us. 2 seconds later, we're in the bushes and we're hard out. These tasers really work, guys.
I'm Scotty. I'm a carpenter from Scotland, currently living in New Zealand, and I'm in it to win it, really. I started going to this club most nights of the week, and then I had raw nights, and then just thought, well, I could probably do as well as some of these people. He's a very adult act. He feels more comfortable in that zone, so I told him, you stick with what you like, but that will be the difficult thing for him, is whether in the final instance the judges like that or not.
Hi, I'm Eli, I'm 22 and I want to be a stand-up comedian. So I've been doing theatre sports since I was 13. For me, I think coming into stand-up, it's been a really good ticket in because it makes me good at keeping things fresh, I hope.
I don't know about you guys, but I find buying condoms from the supermarket to be one of the most awkward things in the world. Does anyone else find that awkward? Holla at your boy.
He can chat to the crowd, he can bounce off their reactions. He's not threatening in any way to the audience. So the guys and the girls like him.
Hello, my name's Paul Amos. Being a pro wrestling manager, I did that for about 5 years. So I was Paul Starr. The person I managed was handsome Danny Jacobs. And we were kind of like sort of a flamboyant group.
Phoenix, you named yourself after a mystical bird.
From the outset, when I talked to him, I sort of got the feeling that he was what we call an anti-comedian, and that he doesn't really want to stick to any of the usual formulas that other comedians do.
You know how people eat chicken drumsticks? They're not actually drumsticks because chickens don't play the drums. They actually prefer to play wind instruments like the flute or the bassoon. Just kidding.
My name is Mohammed Kher. I study at Auckland Uni, study architecture, and I'm pretty new to stand-up comedy. Most recently, I entered a pretty controversial competition designing a sustainable chair for the Grand Wizard of the KKK. Now, I know what you're thinking, obviously, just why a sustainable chair? And even the KKK, knows about global warming. So it's always good to have friends which are sort of funny and who can sort of tell you when something's good. And same in architecture and design.
He's got a creative flair and he kind of just runs with it, and he works pretty hard. He's always producing, so it's you get what you put in, and yeah, he got top of the class last year and got awarded for that. Then success kind of with his music.
We met and he started rapping and I was like, man, that kid can rap, so it's kind of like we've been doing music ever since then, which is probably like 2 years ago. So yeah, he'll practice on us and shorten as well.
And we'll tell him if something's not funny. Or if
we don't think something's funny.
Yeah.
He'll take our advice sometimes, other times he'll tell us to shut up. So.
Yeah.
I actually decided to bring the chair design in for you guys if you want to see it, and thought I'd whip it out. So you sit on top, and it's very dark, so it's hard to stain. And it's very sustainable, they love that, very recyclable. Once you're done with it, burn it. Just
When it all boils down to it, this is just one big showcase, comedy showcase, and your first priority tonight is to entertain a live audience.
Yeah, I'm just a huge AC/DC fan, so I've seen them 18 times now. Got 4 tattoos, 300 vinyls.
I don't know if I particularly are worried or care what people think.
I personally like to think that I'm a little bit Dick Smith.
For me, the most horrific sort of thing to do is stand-up comedy because you're judged every 12 seconds, and if you could sort of do stand-up, I think you could do anything.
Like half an hour before I went on, I just started freaking out. Like I think it was like the first laugh was just like massive sigh of relief.
Now that I've gone into the whole comedian thing, schoolwork's it's dead.